get here. Hi, and welcome to my Healthy Lifestyle channel with Laura Ann. Today we'll be doing a yoga practice support a healthy back, flexibility, strength, also with mindfulness and breath work. We will practice on a mat with props. I like to use a yoga strap. I have a couple yoga blocks and a couple set of light weights. But don't worry if you don't have them, you can use them next time. Remember to practice at your own pace and within your own range of motion, and don't do anything that feels uncomfortable to you. Just so you know, I do have my brother cats are out, so you might see them walking through during the practice, but no worries. They're usually pretty good, but if they do something really silly, I might have to put them up. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. We always start with a centering. Okay, here comes Jake. Good morning, Jake. Okay, this is one of our brother cats, Jake. So thank you, Jake, for coming in and letting everyone see you. All right, so we always start with a centering in our practice. So take some time to sit up nice and tall in a comfortable, easy pose. And I'm actually sitting up on a blanket. Ideally, you'll want your hips to be higher than your knees if possible. Your spine should be nice and long, shoulders down away from your ears. Chin is gently tucked, crown of the head lifting up toward the ceiling. Take some time to check in. Have your palms up on tops of your thighs and just checking in, noticing how your body feels from head to toe. Trying to relax in your hips and your knees. Gently squeezing the shoulder blades in the upper back. Take a few deep breaths in and out and notice your breath. Without changing the breath, notice whether your breath feels shallow or deep. Fast or slow. Even or uneven. Good morning, Jasper. And then place one hand over your heart, the other hand over your kitty. No, I'm just kidding. And over your belly. And then see if you can feel your abdomen and your chest expanding and contracting on your inhalation and your exhalation. Just feel the rise and fall of your abdomen and your chest, slowing down your breathing. And as we slow down our breath, we allow our thoughts to quiet in our mind to begin to focus on our body and our breath. Centering ourselves in the present moment, either with your eyes closed or a soft focus toward the floor. Relaxing any neck or shoulder tension. Slowly turning your head from side to side. Noticing if you feel any tightness or stiffness. Bringing your head back to center, nodding the chin toward the chest, and then lifting the chin up toward the ceiling, doing that a couple times. Stretching the front and the back of the neck and noticing how that feels. And then bring your head back to center. Place your hands on tops of your knees. Roll the shoulders back a few times and forwards a few times. Here comes Gandalf. These are my brother cats. I call them Mr. Adorables. Then shrug your shoulders up toward your ears. Relax them down. Shrug them up and down. One more time. Up and down. And then bring the shoulders back, lifting the heart. Take your hands, palms by your sides. Inhaling the arms overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms in front of your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. And repeat, inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale to your heart. One more time, inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down, palms to your heart, roll the shoulders down. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently twisting to your right, maybe about 70% of your range of motion. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you twist left and inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting to your right again. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting left. And back to center. One more time, exhale, twisting maybe to your full range of motion. Placing your opposite hand on that knee outside of the leg and taking your left hand behind your back. Turn your head to look towards your left shoulder or your right shoulder. If I might be mirroring you, so it may be your right shoulder on this side. Couple more breaths here. Hold, keep your spine long, shoulders down. And then release. Inhaling, exhaling, twisting to your left this time. Placing your right hand to the outside of the left leg. Left hand goes behind. Hold, take a couple deep breaths in and out. Inhaling back to center. Place your hands on your knees and begin to circle your torso. Taking your torso in a circle. It's kind of like a belly dancing move. Just a few times in one direction and then reverse, circle in the opposite direction, warming up our spine, still warming up the spine. And you're also getting some movement in your shoulders as well. So loosen up through your shoulders and then come back to center. Keep your hands on your knees, flexing and extending your spine now. Inhale as you arch your back, look up. Exhale as you round and flex. Inhaling and exhaling. I'll try not to, I know it looks like I might be bobbing my head, but I'm just actually rounding from my tailbone to the base of my skull, because your head is just an extension of your spine. So you don't want to bob your head. So you're just rounding and extending. Inhale, come back to center. Place your hands on your shins and then do a few more cat cows so that you're moving more in the upper back now. And then come back to center. Shoulders down away from your ears. Arms by your sides again. Inhale. This time, interlace your fingers. Stretch your palms up. Inhale, exhale, bend to your right. And then float the right arm down. Arc your left arm over with the palm down. And then maybe you can walk your fingertips away to intensify the stretch. Press your left leg and knee down and hip down into the floor so they don't pop up. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out. And then inhaling, float the hands back up. Interlace the fingers, stretch, lean back slightly. And then come back to center, float the left hand down and then bend to your left. Hold that stretch, walk the fingertips away. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Here's Socrates. Socks is our tuxedo cat or tuxedo kitty. I like to call them my kitties because they're still kittens to me. Even though they'll be 9 years old in March next month. And then rise up. All right, Jake, get out the way, buddy. Get down, Jake. Stretch out one more time and then arch your back. And then just take your hands behind you. Maybe place your palms on the back, on the floor behind you. Lift your heart, your sternum, chin up. Chest opener, heart opener. Take a couple deep breaths. Feel your lungs expanding as you inhale, opening your heart, letting go of any stress or tension in your heart, and then come back to center. Okay, now extend your legs out in front. I'm scoot off of my mat and off my blanket. I'm going to turn this way. And you can still, Jake, come on, Jake. You got to get down, buddy. Jake, get down, come on. Sorry. Okay. So just lifting your hips up here and just getting a little lift in your hips. Your feet are about hip width apart, toes are pointing back towards you. If you have your strap, okay, Jasper, what's the interest, guys? And you are going in front of my screen. Come on, go, 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 move. Okay, and so, all right, so just placing your strap around the ball of your feet, just a gentle bend. We're not going all the way forward. You're just gonna hold on if you have it. If you don't have your strap, you can just bring your hands to your shins or your thighs or your shins, just above or below the knee. And then just kind of wiggle out from the hip crease, just for a gentle forward fold. We're not going into a real deep forward fold. Inhale and then exhale. Maybe slide the hands down a little more. Then inhale, you're gonna lean back. Okay, I need you all to stop. Get down, please. You're ruining my video. Okay. I thought they were going to be nice and quiet this morning. Okay, so roll the shoulders back. So let's just leave the strap for a second. I want you to just bring your arms out in front. This is going to be a nice and easy forward fold, and just practicing hinging from your hips forward. And then inhale as you come back. Slightly exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, back, exhale, forward. Inhale, back, exhale, forward. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, exhale. All right, now just reach for your extreme position, whatever, not extreme, we're not going to extremes yet. Just wiggling to just a gentle forward fold, and if you have the strap, you can use your strap. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then slowly rise up. Okay, now bend one leg. I'm gonna do the outside leg first. So you can see you're bending the leg, placing that foot in the inside of that opposite straight leg. Toes are still pointing back towards you. Taking your strap again, placing it around the ball of the foot. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinging from your hips, folding forward. If you don't have the strap, just walking your hands down. Try to bend your elbows out to the side, keeping your spine in neutral. Taking a couple deep breaths in and out. And then inhale as you rise up. And switch sides. On the opposite side. With or without your strap. Holding on to the side of the leg. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinging from your hips, just sliding the hands down. Keeping the spine in neutral. Toes pointing back towards you. One more deep breath in and out. And then inhale as you slowly rise up. Now coming on to hands and knees. And doing a couple rounds. You can use your blanket to support you want it to be more even though. If you need to support your wrists and or your knees, you can also put a blanket under your knees. And then a couple more rounds of cat-cow here. So inhaling as you lift up and lower your belly. You can curl your toes if you want. Exhale as you round. So this is hands and knees. We were actually doing it in seated posture. Bring your big toes together, separate your knees, and then push your hips back toward your heels. Extend your arms long. If you're uncomfortable, you can kind of sit on the block too. So you don't have, if you're unable to bring your hips all the way to your knees, you can even stack your blocks. So you can actually sit on something or place something between your legs if that's too much discomfort on trying to sit towards your heels, or leave your hips up a little higher if you need to, but be careful of your knees. This is our child's pose. At any time during the practice, you can to come into a child's pose to recover and relax. One more deep breath in and out. And then come back up to hands and knees. Okay, I'm just going to move my props out the way there. Next, your knees should be hip width apart, about 2 fists width, same amount of space between your ankles, shoulders, arms, and wrists are shoulder width apart. Curl your toes under and round your back. As you exhale, lift your hips, push your hips up, keep a soft bend in your knee, going into downward facing dog, and then bicycling your feet. Now you can be supporting your wrists with your blanket, but make sure you're lifting your shoulders away from your elbows, your upper arms. Lift your upper arms away from your elbows. Elbows lift away from your wrists. Take a break if you need to. And then just kind of shift your hips from side to side here. Just letting go of any low back tension. And then come back to hands and knees. You can take a break. Come up onto your fists for a second. Shift your hips from side to side. As you shift to the left, look toward the left hip. Shift to the right, look toward the right hip. Now, realigning your tabletop. This is our table posture. Extend one leg back. It doesn't matter which one. You want to try to keep your hips squared. Draw your lower abdominals in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together in your upper back. Exhaling, lift that leg, straight leg up, lower the hip down. You can even take your toes in a slight pigeon toe. As you float the leg, draw your lower abdomen up and in. And if it's available to you, with a soft bend in your elbows, extend the opposite arm. Give yourself a thumbs up. Hey, see if I can pet Socrates. Hey, Socks. Hey, Jasper. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. You can lower the leg whenever you need to. Oh, and soft bend in the elbow. Looks like I was locking out that elbow. You don't want to lock your elbows. And then bring that hand down. Bring that knee down. Couple rounds, cat-cow if you like. And then switch sides, extending the opposite leg. Lower that hip to square it with the opposite hip. To square it with the hip socket. And then take the other arm out first. Give yourself a thumbs up. And then plug in that shoulder into the shoulder socket. And engage your lower abdominals. And then lift the leg. See how it feels to do it in the opposite sequence. Point the toes toward the floor. And you're pressing through the heel. But hug that thigh into the hip socket. And take a couple deep breaths in and out here. Remember to come down whenever you need to, and you can always go back up. And then stretch it out again. Big toes together, separate your knees, press back towards your heels. Arms are long, or you can fold your arms, or stack your fists, lower your forehead. Take a couple deep breaths in and out and relax. As you breathe, try to expand through the sides of your ribs as well as the front. See if you can feel expansion even toward the back of your ribs. They tell us in yoga as we're not just inhaling oxygen, we're also inhaling life force energy. Imagine bringing in the life force, energizing your body, filling your cells with energy and your blood with oxygen. Inhale as you rise up. Come back to that tabletop position. Stepping 1 foot forward to the space between your hands and drawing the hip back. The knee stays above the ankle. Hands on either side. Here's where you may want to take your blocks. Let me just show you from the front view. Bring that knee forward. You can stack your blocks to the inside of that foot and then place your hands there like so. And then from there, maybe you can sink down a little deeper into the stretch, bringing the forearms down. Trying to keep your spine, trying not to round the back so much. Take a couple Deep breaths in and out. Feel a nice stretch in that inner hip area. All right, Jasper. A couple more breaths here. If you want to intensify the stretch a little bit, curl the back toes under and lift that knee so that leg is straight back. Shoulders down away from your ears. Okay. So let me show you. I'm going to turn in this direction so you can see how that looks from the side. So you're extending that leg back, coming onto the ball of the foot. That knee is still bent. And from there, if you want, you can lift, keep your outside hand or that same arm, same hand, leg down on your block. And then rotate your torso toward that inner bent thigh. And keep your hands. And this is only if you want to go further. You don't have to go. You can stay right here. You can be right here. But this is only if you want to go further and you are confident and comfortable and stable and not feeling any pain. Rotating. Hand can be on the hip, shoulder, or you can extend the arm. Taking a couple more breaths in and out here. And then coming forward, lower the knee, uncurl the toes. And then if you want to shift back to extend that front leg, feeling a stretch behind that front leg, you can. And then you can go all the way down if you want to, just listening to your own body, sitting all the way on that back heel, pointing the toe or flexing the foot more, and then shift back. All right. Then take that leg back and go back to that downward facing dog again. And look, I'm using my blocks. I'm placing my hands on top of the block now. And then inhale back up. Doing the same thing on the other side. This time, stepping the opposite foot forward. And you can stand up or lift yourself up to align yourself. The back knee can slide back a little bit comfortably as long as it's comfortable, or you find your edge. We have something in yoga called the edge. So you find the edge like it's starting to feel like it's painful or uncomfortable, but you can breathe into it and your body begins to soften into the stretch. Now coming on the other side, bring your block to the inside of that foot, the opposite foot. Place the block down, hands on top of the block. You can stay right here. You might feel a nice inner thigh stretch or outside somewhere around that hip stretch. Or you can sink down. If you're sinking down, you might want to bring those blocks forward and then lower your forearms, going down, intensifying the stretch a little more. Breathing into any tightness or tension. And then if you want to go to a little more of a challenge, curl the back toes under, lift the knee, stretching back through that heel. This time, taking the outer hand, placing it in the center of your blocks. This hand comes to the top of the same thigh, rotating your torso toward the thigh here. Hand can stay on the hips, shoulders, or you can extend the arm. Taking a couple more deep breaths in and out. So you're lifting your heart. You're lifting through this side of the body, the lifted side of the body. Still pressing back through that back heel. You're drawing this knee inward slightly. Unless you need more space. If you need more space, you can walk that foot out some. It's okay. And it may intensify the stretch more too. And then bring that hand down. Come back forward. Gently lower the knee. If you're wanting to shift your weight back to stretch out this front leg and lift the toes, you sit back as far as you feel comfortable. And then maybe you can go down toward the leg, toward the ankle. Ooh, I'll top it over a little bit there. And then come back up. Very gently, be kind to yourself. Take that knee back. And maybe stretch back to a child's pose, or you can go right back up to a downward facing dog, bicycle. Shifting the hips from side to side. And then maybe this time, and you don't have to, maybe you can extend that leg up for reverse splits. And maybe circle that foot. Bring that leg down. And then come back down if you need to. Maybe you want to come back down into a child's pose. Before you go to the other side, walking the hands to one side. And then over to the other side. And then come back to center. Going back to downward facing dog. And then lifting that leg up. Circling the foot a couple times. And then down. And back. I'll come forward, facing forward now. And again, if you need your blanket, put your knees on the blanket, you can. Just for some support. Bring your hands out in front. Let me scoot back a little bit so you can see. From here, extend your left leg out so the toes are pointing straight ahead if that's comfortable for you, or find a comfortable position. But ideally, you want the leg to be out from the hip. Okay? Yeah, make sure you listen to your own body. Don't do anything that feels uncomfortable or natural. And you're going to hold your right wrist with the left hand and then bend toward that side, a little deeper side bend here. Float the hand down. Maybe you can bend a little deeper or not. You're trying not to collapse forward. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then inhale that hand up, bring it down to the floor and extend the opposite arm. It's like a modified side plank. And if you want to, a little more challenge, you can lift the leg up. A couple breaths here. Flex the foot, toes pointing straight ahead or at a diagonal if that's more comfortable. And then from there, bend the knee, hold the heel, draw the heel in toward the glutes. And that's only if it's available to you. So making sure you're going as far as you feel comfortable. This is your practice. I'm just offering some suggestions and some guidance. And then release. Come back up. Bring your hands down in front. Bend that knee. And then go to the other side. Lift up. Adjust that leg and adjust it for comfort too. So, check in with the leg, check in with your back, your inner thigh, your hip. Inhale, this time you're holding the left wrist, stretch up, bend to your right this time, float the right hand down, left palm toward the floor. Make sure you don't push on that knee joint. In fact, I have a slight bend. You can have a slight bend in the knee, but you never push on the knee joint. So just take your fingertips to touch the leg. And then you can go a little deeper if you want. Holding, taking a couple more deep breaths in and out. And then inhale, exhale down. Bring your hands down. Carefully bend that knee. Shift the hips from side to side. A couple more rounds of cat-cow. And maybe a child's pose, stretching the arms out long. And then come up. Bring the palms together. Thank you for allowing me to share this practice with you. May you benefit from your practice and then share the energy that you create, that good feeling, that mindfulness, that alertness, and just positive energy. May you share that positive energy with others. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.